pleases the Lord. Have nothing to do with the worthless things people do, the things that belong to the darkness. Instead, bring them out to the light. It is really too shameful to even talk about the things they do in secret, or in the dark, really. And when all things are brought out into the light, then their true nature is clearly revealed. Did you ever notice something like something happened in the darkness and the next morning, the light of day? You're like, oh, that's worse than I thought. The light will reveal, ultimately. For anything that is clearly revealed becomes light. That is why it is said, wake up, sleeper, and rise from death, and Christ will shine on you. The darkness causes us to trip and stumble. And we talked about that before, that you can't even see sometimes what causes you to stumble.
Sometimes you can't see who you're stumbling against. Daniel's dressed in the dark. I tripped over him twice.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it was him anyway.
Most of the time in the Bible, the light is good, they're righteous, and that's kind of what we're talking about, but I should explain that. And darkness is evil or sinful. In the Gospel of John, I thought this was really interesting. Does anybody know what light is referred to? It's not good or evil, but it's a different thing. What is light referred to? Does anyone know? Ken? Life. Light is actually life. 1 John 1:4, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. By that above definition, death is darkness. Death is the ultimate darkness. Psalm 146:4, we no longer have any thoughts. Everything's dark because we can't even see or think or anything. Our breath goes away. We can't live anymore. No thoughts after dying. Ecclesiastes 9:5, for the living know they'll die, but the dead don't know anything. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten. And this is the little dark part. We cannot escape death. I have another teacher out here. We're going to see. Job 21:26 talks several times about death and our shortness of life. Job 21:26, but we all die and are buried. They are all covered with worms. This is actually the shirt, and it doesn't glow as much as I wanted it to. This is the shirt that inspired me to think about doing a glow-in-the-dark sermon, actually. Does it glow at all? I can't tell from up here.
A little bit.
A little bit. Let's see. After we die, I didn't finish the one, Job 21:26, but we all alike die and are buried. They're all covered with worms. And for my potluck thing, I have some Jell-O skulls with some worms in it. And this is why. Most likely after we die, we'll be forgotten. Very famous people are remembered, but think about that. We'll be forgotten. Job 24:20, not even their mothers remember them now. They're eaten by worms and destroyed like fallen trees. And I don't think that should be thought of as a scary thing. It's just part of our life is death. But we have a hope that lights our way to the kingdom. That is our next step. Otherwise, we hit this. We hit the dead end. If we have no hope, it's just a dead end. I remember on Grandpa and Grandma Foster's gravestone, it's Job 19:25 and 26, and it's actually kind of funny because Chief mentioned this once in a while. Because does anybody know what that verse, what those two verses are? For I know that my Redeemer liveth, and he shall stand at the latter day upon the earth. And this is the part he always remembers. And though after my skin worms destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God. So you have the reality of death, which is the skin worms. Yum. And after that, though, your flesh can see God. So that is the hope. That is the goal. Does anybody know of the younger people what Zion is? Kenneth, do you know?
It's like something that was talked about in Isaiah.
Yes. Yeah, it's a prophecy for sure. An older person, do you know what Zion is? What city it is? It's Jerusalem. Zion and Jerusalem are the same city, but they indicate different aspects of the holy city. The word Zion means marked or distinctive. Jerusalem, on the other hand, indicates the holy city function as a spiritual center influencing the nations of the world. We call it Jerusalem now, but Zion is really, as Kenneth mentioned, it's prophetic. It will be called that. It's a kingdom term. The glory of Zion, and this is Isaiah 6:1. This is a reason we need to have our light shine. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. See, the darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the people, but the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you. Nations will come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your dawn. Lift up your eyes and look about you. If it's dark, you can't look up. You didn't see anything anyway. All assemble and come to you. Your sons come from afar, and your daughters are carried on the hip. Then you will look. It's hard to read it. Look and be radiant. Your heart will throb and swell with joy. The wealth on the seas will be brought to you. To you the riches of the nations will come. Herds of camels will cover your land, young camels of Midian and Ephah, and all from Sheba will come bearing gold and incense, proclaiming the praise of the Lord. This is all good things. The glory of Zion. Its lightness. That is our goal, to be in that situation. Matthew 13:43. Then the righteousness will shine like the sun, and the kingdom of their Father. Whoever has ears, let him hear. Shine like the sun. The kingdom and its light is our desire. And who is the source of that light in the kingdom? Jesus and God. They don't even need like the sun and the moon and all of those things. It will be light from them. Revelation 22:5, and this is referring to the kingdom. It's about the kingdom. There shall be no more night, and they will not need lamps or sunlight, because the Lord God will be their light. And they will rule as kings forever and ever. He should be our light now, so we can see him and his light later on. Revelation 21:23. This is right before that. It's talking about the holy city, New Jerusalem. The city does not need the sun or moon to shine on it, for the glory of God gives its light, and the Lamb is its lamp. So the light actually shines through Jesus from God in that scenario. God gives the light, and the Lamb is its lamp. Say that 5 times fast. The Lamb is its lamp. This is the reason we are here. Ultimately is the kingdom, because all of us die. Well, that's the skulls around here to remind us. And our reading this morning about the youth and all the things that happen to you when you're old. You can barely pull yourself around and your teeth are falling out. And what else did they say? I don't even remember. It was all not very good. Not very appealing. So that's why we want to strive to live outside of the darkness. We want to leave the darkness and burst out into the light. Does anyone know what the first words were that were spoken in the Bible? The first, yep.
In the beginning.
No, the first word spoken.
Oh, spoken.
Yes. Let there be light. The first word spoken. So I think it's pretty important to be in the light and acknowledge the light. It was spoken aloud and it came to be. Let us be that light. Erica, can I have your phone? We need to be that light, and as mom, you want to shut your eyes. Because we get dizzy. And as we celebrate this coming week, are your eyes shut, Mom?
Yeah.
Good. You'll fall over or puke. So as celebrations are happening this week, and it would be on hold, that wouldn't be very good. What was the phrase that we had in the puppet show? Kane, you said it several times.
That doesn't help at all. Oh, Jesus is the light.
Yes, the name of the celebration.
Light
said that?
light up the night.
Light the night. I liked that. That was a really interesting spin on what you could do for Halloween too. So we have to remember to light the night and come out of the darkness. And we have one more song to do. I'll turn this on. Thank you for use of your phone. And the last song will be There's Sunshine in My Soul Today. We have to have sunshine in our soul so we can be that light. Light is important to God. He is light. He is no darkness. So this will be our last song, and then we have some spooky treats downstairs. I'm so excited to see everybody's. Kenny, can you offer prayer after this, please? And everybody stand up that is for sure under 60. All right, so this is 4 verses and then the chorus. There's sunshine in my soul today, more glorious and bright than glows in any earthly sky. For Jesus is my light. Oh, there's sunshine, blessed sunshine, while the peaceful, happy moments roll. When Jesus shows his smiling face, there is sunshine in my soul. There is music in my soul today, a carol to my King. And Jesus, listen and hear the song I cannot sing. Oh, there's sunshine, blessed sunshine, while the peaceful, happy moments roll. When Jesus shows his smiling face, there is sunshine in my soul. There is springtime in my soul today, for when the Lord is near, the dove of peace sings in my heart, the flowers of grace appear. Early sunshine, blessed sunshine, all the peaceful, happy moments roll. When Jesus shows his smiling face, there is sunshine in my soul. There is gladness in my soul today, and hope and praise and love, for blessings which he gives me now, for joys laid up above. Oh, the sunshine, blessed sunshine, while the peaceful, happy moments roll. When Jesus shows his smiling face, there is sunshine in my soul. Go ahead,
Oh. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time we can be together, and pray that we might have learned that darkness is not a good thing, that we should try to live in the sunlight. We want to be in your kingdom where we don't need the sun or the moon or the stars, that you and your Son will be our light. And we need to let you into our lives today to prepare us for that. Father, we pray that you would guide and direct us always and forgive us for our many sins. And Father, receive us all if it be your will into your kingdom, here on this earth, in this day.
I want to try to get a group picture